the bullish setup unfolding. That's the zone that it commit above. Thanks to Wednesday, a spring, there's a spring type action tested and then commit above. That bar just set the tone to rally out. That comes with slightly higher volume compared to the past. For example, here slightly higher and is testing the resistance level. This segment right here is the resistance zone and is currently testing it. In terms of the structure, we have a high-low form, have a reaction here. Another reaction comes with a higher low with decreasing of the supply, although locally there is increasing of the supply and increasing of the volatility. Is testing the resistance zones. First level is here and second level is the previous all-time high level. We need to wait for the Fed announcement. That's on the Thursday AM, my time zone. I would just gear towards another reaction because although there's been decreasing of the supply here and also slight decrease in terms of the volatility, but it's still relatively high. I would rather wait for another reaction, something like this. If we could just come in above and then sell off and then have a reaction forming another higher low with decreasing supply. That will be the most ideal case. The immediate support zone that would be around 5560. There will be just a minor support level. I'm still looking for another pullback to set up with this slant routing or slanted cup and handle type pattern. Most importantly, we'll base it on the individual setup rather than an index. The index so far is positive. A strong rally up, a change of character suggests a trading range. So far, the trading range showing some strength with a higher low form. With a quick recovery up, strong recovery, we'll need to see whether it will further consolidate to just chop around here or it will just holding up the gain and then before the breakout. The key is not to have increasing of the volatility and also increasing of the supply. If somehow the Fed just disappoint everyone, that should just trigger a sell-off with big bearish bar and with a spike of the supply level, then that need to watch out for and that should just signal a prolonged trading range. So far, based on this structure, this is bullish and even if it has another reaction, I would still expect a higher low form. That will be a bullish structure. Last Tuesday, we talked about this bullish case. If it come in above like this, then likely we're going to rally up. If it just breaks down below, then we're likely going to test this zone. The bullish scenario just plays out. This bar here is quite a classical bar that take out the stop. There's stop hunting with the shadow. After it's just take out the stop and attract some more buyers, push up the price. If we look at this hourly chart, it will be obvious. Here is a zone. So we have a breakdown, or you can call this a spring, a temporary commitment followed by a sign of strength rally, a backing up process, and then continuation to the upside. Is approaching this resistance zone 5680 all the way to the above is just a resistance zone. If you look at the previous zone, is right at the zone, testing this previous zone right there. The good thing is I don't see a lot of the supply while it's approaching the resistance zone. Another thing to take note of is the shortening of the thrust to the upside. The thrust to the upside or the wave to the upside, you can measure it like this. There's the wave to the upside, this. It's getting shorter and shorter and shorter. This is not a signal or a confirmation. It's a sign of exhaustion of the demand. We can acknowledge that there is supply step in. For example, if we look at this two bar, similar volume, however, the progress to the upside is also different. That's the progress to the upside. That's even lesser progress to the upside, suggesting there is supply coming out at the top right there. Today and tomorrow, will be safe. We need to wait until Thursday 2 a.m. We still have around 1.5 days to go. That's a news trigger price action. If it just trigger another reaction, I wouldn't be too bearish about that, because based on the past two reaction, that has been relatively bullish, as decreasing of the supply, forming a higher low throughout. That's the encouraging sign for the bull.